The Buffalo Bills just made a flurry of moves. First and foremost, Shawn McDermott has been fired as the head coach. We'll talk about the other moves in a little bit, but today I want to break down that head coach firing, what it means for the Bills, and really why he was fired. What does it look like for this organization moving forward? But in all of it, my name is Collin. This is Crack the Table. We're all Bills No Breaks, breaking down Buffalo Bills content every single day. This whole offseason just got crazy. There is a ton of moves that are going to be made. If you are looking for all the rumors in the news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, join our community, but let's get right into it. The first thing I want to talk about here is this right here. Yes, Tom Pelissero and other insiders in the NFL have confirmed that Shawn McDermott has officially been fired. What do you think? Instant reactions down in the comments. I found out literally 5 minutes ago. I'm still processing this. I think the things that are in my mind right now is that the Bills do not want to slow down. They are absolutely wanting to swing for the fences. Maybe it's time that we get an offensive coach. I think Brandon Beane wants a Super Bowl. Again, I said this yesterday, literally less than 12 hours ago. I was talking about how I think that if McDermott goes, Beane goes, or if Beane goes, McDermott goes. But that's not the case. It looks like, as far as we know to right now, that Brandon Beane is going to be the general manager and that Brandon Beane has fired Shawn McDermott. Why? Because he wasn't getting it done. The Bills are not willing to waste another year of Josh Allen's prime. Now, yes, he's going into his year 30 season, this upcoming season. He is still absolutely in his prime. He's got a good 4 or 5 years left, I believe, personally. Not only that, we saw this in really just this game this season, that he is continually developing as a passer from when he was early in his career. But a couple other things here. When I look at Shawn McDermott, the Buffalo Bills' last 5 playoffs, guys, I'm sorry, we're going down memory lane, but I'm trying to make sense of the context of why this firing was made, because really this last loss wasn't much different than these last couple of years. But in 22, fourth quarter loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. 23, blown up by Cincy at home. 24, fourth quarter lead, versus Kansas City, we blew it. Fourth quarter lead against Kansas City in 2025, we lost. And then, of course, we lost the lead in Denver just a couple days ago. Shawn McDermott, as a result, fired, let go, moved on. Man, again, give me your instant reactions. I think this right here. How many more years of Josh Allen's prime will Buffalo let Shawn McDermott waste? The answer is 0. It's going to be very interesting now for really the next couple months on all the rumors, all the news that's going to be breaking, the head coaching searches. Right now, I think my greatest concern with this is that when you move on from a head coach, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get a better coach coming in. Now, we know that guys like Mike McDaniels are out there looking for head coaching positions. We know that John Harbaugh just got signed by the Giants. There is a ton of coaches that are around, even guys like Robert Saleh, who was with the Jets. All former 49ers guys that I've named outside of, John Harbaugh a moment ago. But this is concerning. In these next couple of days, I'm going to have to break down really who's out there. But the flurry of news is this. Along with the head coaching firing of Shawn McDermott, we are going to see a cascading effect down the organization, and we're going to move on from coaches. Not only that, but we did see this yesterday, that Joe Brady, our offensive coordinator, has had a head coaching interview with the Miami Dolphins, and we knew this was coming up after the game against the Broncos. But my guess is he is going to take any job he possibly can now that Shawn McDermott is gone. Now, there's a handful, there's like 8 teams right now in the NFL that are still looking for head coaches. This is concerning, but I think the good news on where things sit with the Buffalo Bills in light of the firing of Shawn McDermott is that the Buffalo Bills are the primo destination for any top tier coach. Now, I don't know if we're going to go for an offensive head coach or a defensive head coach. We know that Shawn McDermott comes out of as a defensive head coach, and we saw the positives and the negatives of that. Maybe just some personnel things that are in my mind right now, just a couple quick points, is that when I look at our defensive personnel, for the most part, they have been picked by Brandon Beane as zone defenders. Now, that's, man, it's going to be really interesting to see how we utilize the cap this offseason, what kind of coach we're bringing in, what kind of defensive coordinator, defensive system is going to be brought in, because a lot of our players were made and picked perfectly for the Shawn McDermott system. Now, again, Max Hairston, I'm thinking of him right now. I'm thinking of the Christian Benfords of the world right now. There's a lot of players right now that this is going to have cascading effects on. But not only that, again, the flurry of news is that our coordinators are almost all going to be gone. I assume that Bobby Babich is also going to get the can, but Joe Brady is probably going to get a head coaching job, especially in light of this move, or of Shawn McDermott being fired. Man, in a couple of moments, I want to talk a little bit about the play with the Rams last night and the Bears and the Davante Adams call. I'm sorry for keep going back to the betting stuff, but this stuff is just crazy on my mind. But the one last thing I want to just acknowledge with this, and I think it's the greatest advantage that the Buffalo Bills have. Of course, first and foremost, Josh Allen wearing the jersey. I'm thinking of the excitement that this team is going to bring into a market that's looking for a new head coach. The Buffalo Bills are going to have their choice of any really coordinator, any really head coach that wants to come in, because to have the privilege and the opportunity to coach Josh Allen is an otherworldly blessing. It's not something that comes around every year. Yes, there's a lot of openings around the NFL and around the league right now with a lot of positions, but there is one prime place that there's really one job opening that is a Super Bowl contending team next year, and that's the Buffalo Bills. So who is going to be the guy? I don't know. We're going to break it down this upcoming week, but a couple other things I want to talk about here just to end this video. Zbot posted this, the Bills versus Broncos overtime versus the Bears versus Rams overtime. It was literally mirrored between the two. One of the things that I saw yesterday, and I made note of this, was that there was so much money on the Buffalo Bills to beat the Broncos that when the call was made for the interception and the dropped pass, or really the stripped pass, that the markets, or whoever it is, the man behind the curtain, whatever you want to call it, made some sort of call to New York. New York's like, just let it happen. It was called on the field correctly, or whatever it is. And again, I'm not just sitting here crying. I'm just trying to make sense of this. I get it. The season's over. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to make sense of the gambling in the NFL right now. I'm truly, authentically processing it. But when I look at this and I'm like, man, same scenarios. And then I look at this and I look at what happened with Davante Adams. Two situations, two different results. And honestly, I'm trying to be non-biased. I'm trying to be objective as much as I can. This literally looks like the same thing. Not only that, in the Texans and Patriots game, there was a situation that was very similar as well. Multiple different outcomes with similar situations. What is going on with the NFL? This is just painful for me. One last thing. This is such a bummer with the whole Bo Nix injury. Like, prayers up for him. That's a bummer. But when I look at the Bo Nix situation and I look at really them having to go play the Patriots, like, it just screams that the Patriots are walking into the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know if they're going to beat the Seahawks. We'll see. Sam Darnold's got that oblique injury. But that's just frustrating. I feel like if the Buffalo Bills won against the Broncos, we would have beat the Patriots. We'd be easily going to the Super Bowl. Against the Seahawks, I assume they're going to beat the Rams in this upcoming week, but man, what a terrible end of the season for this team. But in all of it, guys, hey, thank you so much for watching to the end. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Maybe just a couple other things. I haven't done this yet, but if you guys are sticking around to the end of these videos, we've had people joining our community, not just as subscribers, but people joining as members. Members are just people who want to support the channel. It's literally like $3 or $4 a month or something like that. And all you're doing is you're saying, hey, Collin, keep the lights on. Keep this thing moving. I appreciate it. It supports me. It supports my family, which is frankly one of the reasons I made this channel is because I want to have conversations around the Buffalo Bills, but I also I'm in ministry, I'm a pastor, and I'm literally just trying to continue to bless my family, support my family. So if you join, if you're one of the members right now, again, one, thank you, but two as well, if you're still watching this and you want to support the channel, join and be a member. I appreciate those things. But in all of it, hey, God bless, go Bills. We'll see you later.